We've got Mark Stecker, founder and creator of TIA. Let's find out exactly what that's all about. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Gary.
How are you?
Excellent, thank you.
For our viewer right now, tell us, what is TIA and why did you create it?
Okay, so firstly, the name is Technology Integrators Australia. And what it is, it's a national network of small technology businesses collaborating. We're about to launch, and so I started the concept about 3 or 4 years ago when I was had a lot of staff, costing a lot of money, and I decided I want to expand the business, but not have more staff. And so I started getting partners. I managed to reduce my staff quite considerably and increase the business through that method.
Okay, so just explain the concept a little bit more for our viewer right now. How does it work?
Okay, so the idea is in each area, in each location, we'll have anywhere between 10 and 14 different technology-related businesses. We all work and collaborate together, and because we're all in a technology area, when we go to our clients and introduce each other, it makes sense. And so, for example, in my business, if I do CCTV, which is one of my companies, and I want to do app or web development, I don't have that capability. So I invite a partner in, and so all of a sudden my client has got access to a lot more different technology businesses, and I get a margin on everything that goes through.
So what you're saying is you're bringing these different people in within the industry who can actually collaborate, connect, and potentially do business together.
Correct.
Fantastic. Now you have one success story already with Dennis Frank. For our viewer, tell us a bit about that.
So Dennis Frank is really probably an ideal client for us. He runs a small CCTV business. He's getting to the age where he wants to stop working in his business and start working on his business, but he's kind of stuck in the business at the moment, and so he also wants to expand. And so we invited him into one of our meetings, and in that meeting he made a couple of connections, and that resulted in something like $60,000 to $70,000 worth of work. It also it resulted in a new project for him. He got involved with one of our companies doing wireless, and so now he's looking at setting up wireless CCTV systems for football clubs, and so that's a huge opportunity. That all came as a result of that, and so right now he's got more work than he can cope with.
That's fantastic. You mentioned the opportunity for people to come and experience this live. What's that? How does that look like? What do they do next?
Okay, so what they would do next, if they're interested, is send off an email. We have an expression of interest. We run regular meetings, monthly meetings. They can come along to one of the meetings and just get to connect with the people there and see how it all works.
Okay.
We're also planning to have, at the beginning of the meeting, a bit of an education on partnerships, because there are many different types of partnerships that you can form. And so we'll have a little bit of an education on that, and then the focus of that particular meeting will be how we can connect in that particular way.
Again, playing the devil's advocate, I'm sure our viewer does fully understand, but at these meetings you mentioned maybe 10, 14 people. Just give us 5 or 6 different related industries that could be represented there and how they could potentially collaborate.
Okay, so it could be systems integrators, it could be CCTV, it could be app developers, web developers, cabling, data cabling, that type of thing. Even IP CCTV, voice over IP networks, that type of thing.
So what then would happen is one of those guys or girls would say, I've already got clients in that area, I'd specialise in this, you do that, I could actually make that introduction on your behalf, and vice versa.
Correct. Well, it's actually a lot more interactive than that. So during the meeting we do 2 things. Everybody does a 60-second pitch, so you get a vague idea. And what I've discovered in most of those situations is you don't really know and understand. So then what we do is we have a matrix where we've got everybody in the meeting, the company name, and then their specialty across the top. And then we go and each person stands up and they go through that matrix and ticks it off one at a time.
Wow.
So if anybody in the meeting doesn't quite understand, then the questions come backwards and forwards. And by the time we get to the end of the list, everybody's got a really, really good understanding of what each other does.
Mark, sounds like a great opportunity for technology-related industries. What should our viewer do next?
Well, the best thing to do is contact the person that gave you this link or the video or the email and just find out how you can come along to one of our meetings to experience what it's like and see whether it's for you.
Sounds great to me. Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Gary.